Good morning and welcome back to the Dennis Herrera Show. I changed my camera's height just a little bit. See how that works out. Um, Good morning. Happy Friday, everybody. Hope you're doing good. I want to thank you for joining me here today. Let me get my other light on. Just got a little light that I have an app with here. Let's see if that works. Get a little bit of more red on there. There we go. I think that's okay. Yeah, I think that's okay. All right, and now we are ready. Hey, Haley, if you're still here, I think there's only like a few people on here. But good morning, Haley, Robert. See, you guys have been over here chatting without me. I hope that the way that I'm setting up these lives, one of the things that's been happening is that there is a software that I use that has been setting up lives for me automatically, and so I have to keep an eye on it because well, obviously, I might not be doing live at that time, so I gotta control it. So with that being said, guys, if you are coming into my live here, do me a favor. As you do come in here, go ahead and hit that like button on the video and let's see if we can get some people in here. Because what we're going to talk about, we're still continuing to talk about this fraud in Somalia. Of course, we talk about many issues as people, address us with questions and stuff. That does change sometimes on how I run the show daily. But it's good to see you guys in here. I appreciate you being here, supporting me. And well, let me see if I can log into to my Facebook account here because I share some stuff on there. Let me see. Let's see if this is good now. I had to go in and change my password. I deleted my personal Facebook because of all my personal photos, etc. But I did open a Facebook just for this channel type of content. I want to keep it, everything that has to do with what we're doing, which is talking about politics and some religion. And of course, some story time. If you guys know, if you've been here with me long enough, you will know that I do tell stories a lot. Robert, Robert, thank you for the super chat. Robert, is that your first super chat of the year? The 2026 super chat? Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Just for being awesome, he says. I appreciate you, my man. I don't know if I included you on there. So for those of you who call in, I have this phone and I have a phone number to give to people. And so a lot of you guys call this number, but those who tell me to save the number, I have it saved in here, but I'm not sure, Robert, if you got my text message. I sent a text message to all of you guys not too long ago saying Happy New Year and thank you for the support, etc. But what I'm trying to say is that Brian, I know Brian, man, I know his real name. Man says that you guys are with me. Just what did you say? Right or die? Let me read the comment from my man. Let me see if it's in here. I think it's on this one right here, my personal. Yes, guys, I have a personal phone. Let's see. Where is it? Was it Brian? I thought it was Brian. No, yeah. It was not my man. It was Brian. Yeah, here we go. So Brian tells me he's not in here yet, but Brian says, I know it was difficult, but it's all good, man. You know we're your ride or die road hogs. We'll hang with you through thick and thin. Love you, brother. And you're always welcome. Man, isn't that amazing? Isn't it amazing that you can have family that back you up like that? I think it's very special. It means a lot to me. Okay, it means a lot to me. So thank you guys for that. I know my men. I talked with you before. You give me the same. To all of you who are supportive with me, I appreciate it. I think by now you guys can see what I am about. You guys, most of you guys already know what the plans are for this year. I hope that all the information that I gotten is correct, because if I try to go put my name on the ballot and they don't allow it this year, I'm going to look like a jackass. But it is what it is. I'm going to have to see if I can make some time to make some phone calls and just correctly identify that I can go put my name on the ballot. As far as the last time that I read was, I can either go door to door collecting 2,000 signatures and it's free. That's what I understand. Or I can go and pay $2,000 so I can get my name put on the ballot. And the other one was that I could apply. This is crazy. I can apply. I can apply for assistance so that I don't have to pay for the ballot to put my name in to run for governor. Isn't that crazy? That there is actually a socialist a system that will help me apply if I don't have the money to put my name on there. They have a system where I can apply so that I can. I don't know. You can make this up. Anyway, so those are some of the plans. Don't forget to hit that like button, guys. Appreciate it. That's what get the algorithm warming up. We have been talking about fraud. Minnesota. Everybody's talking about fraud from Minnesota, it seems like. But I want to talk more about what's going on here in Washington State. You have to understand, Washington State is my state. And that's the state that I will be running in. So if you guys do me a favor, and if you guys are going to be supporting me, even if you are not in Washington State, once I give you guys the official verification that my name has been entered and put in the ballot, all I'm going to ask from you guys is to share that information and then just put it all over the social media, whatever platforms you have. Put that name on there and say, this crazy guy is running for governor of Washington State, and we'll see where we go from there. I will be doing some promotional videos. And yes, I know how to do that. But, I'm a one-man crew. Who knows? Maybe I'll get some volunteers and we can get that going. But for now, I'm going to be doing some of my own video cuts and everything. It's going to be a lot of work. So I don't promise you to give you these 6-hour long lives, 4 hours, 3 hours. I don't promise you that, because I had to concentrate on other things here very soon. Speaking of the devil, good morning, Brian, and my man in the house. Welcome, welcome. JLP, retracted comment. I don't know what the hell you said. Actually, I can't see it, but I don't care. If you retracted it, you retracted it. I want to say good morning, JLP and JB Dobson. KB Dobson, good morning to you as well. Jonathan, good morning. Good morning. He says hello from Batesville, Arkansas. Oh, my goodness. All over the states. Let's go. Daisy from Orlando, Florida. Don't have a Republican Congress rep. That's going to be a tough one. I will tell you this, though. Don't get offended here, Florida. But I'm going to tell you this. You guys are screwed. I know. You guys are screwed just as bad as I am here in Washington State. But the reason why you guys are screwed is because, Florida has been bragging about how great Florida is. And unfortunately, when you start bragging about how great your state is, you get good attention, but you also get that bad attention. JR, man, what are you doing here so early? Saltwater, how you doing, brother? God bless you. I replied to your comment on the chat that you gave me on the video. Appreciate you. Scott Rock, Happy New Year's, brother. And so you're attracting good people to Florida, but you're also attracting bad people. It's kind of like illegal immigrants, right? Illegal immigrants, they want to come to a country, not just the United States, but they want to come to a country where they offer good benefits to poor people. Now, I want you to think about this on illegal immigration. I want you to think about this. If I want to come to the United States of America, I'm looking for the American dream. If you were with me yesterday, you have heard this already from another person that called in, and he says the American dream belongs to migrants. Well, I think the American dream really is for Americans, but let's give it to the migrants, okay? me as a migrant, why do I want to come to the United States of America? Man, United States of America is a great country. I mean, if I get an education, I can actually get a job, a good paying job, or I can even be my own business owner. And then of course the more I sacrifice, the more I'm rewarded with money, and I mean the chances of success in the United States are amazing. I want to be there. Right? That's one mentality. But the mentality that most migrants today have, it's just gimme, gimme, gimme mentality. So the way they dream is like, man, I'm so poor. I have no education, but I can work with these hands. But if I don't make it, I will get free healthcare, free food, free housing, and I can always work under the table so I don't have to pay taxes. I want to go to the United States of America and live the American dream. Do you see the difference on the kind of mentality that we have? Okay, and then here is what the immigration is made for. This is what the laws and requirements, yes, they are requirements in order for people to get visas, student visas, working visas, qualifying for a green card, qualifying to be naturalized American citizen. There is all these policies and rules to follow, and you have to meet the requirements. Why? Well, the law and us, the conservatives, the common sense people, we are on this side, okay? And we believe that the reason for these laws and regulations and requirements are because they are going to vet people. It's gonna check people's crime record, health record. It's gonna make sure that whatever they say they are is who they are, and they're gonna have a way to sustain themselves, and they're gonna be people that are gonna be giving good things to the United States of America. That's gonna help and etc. Right? And then that's the great thing. We allowed about 1 million immigrants to come into this country. And I think it's like 700 to 800,000 of those that, not those people, but of people that have been here become residents, right? Now, but there's still requirements. There are still regulation, and you still got to maintain a certain, quality, to yourself. For example, you cannot have felonies. Otherwise, you disqualify yourself from keeping that green card, and you can be deported at any time. I think I mentioned this before, right? So here's the thing for those people, because I see due process already, okay? But hold on, I'll get there. Remind me, due process. Remind me that. Okay, so if you don't follow the requirements, because there's a requirement for you to qualify to do it, but then people think that's it. Once you make it, that's it. I don't have to follow nothing else. No, 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 no. There's also a requirement if you want to keep it. And that, my friends, is a big difference, okay? Here's the other side of this. The other side is people that think no one is illegal in this country. Good morning, Cottage. People think that nobody is illegal anywhere in the world. Right? That's why you have the stupid British people on the streets of the United States of America protesting against Trump. That's not even their president. You have a bunch of illegal immigrants protesting Trump. That's not your president. Go protest your president. Leave the American people alone to protest against the president. Every single migrant, visitor, illegal immigrant, you get the hell out of this country and go support your president. Go and protest against your president. If you're in here saying Trump is not my president, stop protesting against him and get the hell out. But if he is your president, if you acknowledge that he is your president, then by all means, protest. You see how this is the common sense, the mentality that we're supposed to have. Paul Salsi, my friend, welcome. And so you have this other side of the people that believe no one is illegal in the world. Oh, okay. Number one, you effed up the whole world. And then number two, they don't need a permission to work. If they're hard workers, they can make their own money. You need authorization to work. Otherwise, you get deported. And then you're like, well, they have to use illegal papers because the government won't give them legal papers. No, they don't give them legal papers because they are not they have not met the requirements to get those papers. See, human rights is not legal rights, and this is a country of laws. So by law, they don't have those rights. They can have human rights. If you're here a migrant and you're here legally, you are to be treated with respect, of course, with kindness, etc. It's not guaranteed, by the way. Some people will not like you because you might be a jerk. You might be an asshole. Or they just won't like you because they won't like you, period. Just like any other country, okay? There's a lot of good people and there's a lot of bad people. And so here is why I am against illegal immigration 100%. Because I know that when people come here illegally, okay, when it's time to get deported, whether they think this is the right way or the bad way, it doesn't matter. You know what I've noticed? That these illegal immigrants are now demanding. They don't ask. They demand. Why? Because they see Americans and they see other people defending them. I can't remember which one of the videos it was that I showed you, but you probably didn't notice. But there was this Mexican guy getting arrested. Now, he was already in handcuffs. They were taking him to the car. And this other lady comes and says, hey, don't take him. Why are you doing that? He's innocent. And all of a sudden, the guy, the illegal immigrant getting deported that was already going into the car, it starts to fight back and starts to get away from the car and starts looking at the lady fighting for him. Well, let me tell you something. I know it sounds horrible. I saw this lady getting arrested at the airport. It wasn't just because of ICE. She has been committing fraud, okay? And she's screaming and wailing and wow. I get it. It stirs the soul to hear somebody crying out for help. And you hear this older white lady. Oh my God, she's a human. She's a human being. What are you doing? Let her have mercy on her. I mean, I was so annoyed. I was so annoyed because, here's the first one right here. First one. Lalo calls me, what did he say? Sellout. Okay. So here's my first example. Let me tell you something. If you don't allow illegal immigrants, you will never see that. If you don't allow illegal immigrants, you will never see ICE on the street. If your governor didn't protect criminals in sanctuary cities, you will not see ICE on the streets. You won't. You won't. They will do the same due process that they have always done. But because we have an invasion, guys, there's an emergency in this country. And that is the difference. There is an emergency. So guess what? We have this saying, you want to come with us the nice way, the easy way, or the hard way? Well, people are saying the hard way. I ask people this all the time, and they never answer the question honestly. They never do. They never answer the question honestly. My question, my friends, is always this. Hey, Scott, how are you? Let me get you this. My question is always this. Do you blame the person breaking the law, or do you blame the person enforcing the law? Oh, well, what do you think about this? No, answer the question. And they never want to answer the question honestly. And it doesn't fail every single time. People don't understand. I don't care what the excuse or reason is that you're breaking the law. It doesn't matter. People just don't believe me. But I'm not gonna sit here and try to destroy my family's life to prove my point. That's not how it works. I can only give you the best example that I can give you, and that is that I was raised to respect authority. I was raised to respect my elders. I was raised to respect the law. My mother brought me to this country, and the one thing that she said is, you're going to come into this country. You are not going to be a leech. You're not going to be a leech to the government. You will not be a weight to the government. We're going to be independent. We're going to be hard workers. I want you to get an education. And that's it. It's the American dream. That is the only example. And the best example that I can give you is by leading you by example. I mentioned this, and I'm going to say it every single day. I think I should make it like an introductory video. I'm going to make an introductory video. Every time that I start my lives, it's probably not going to happen. I procrastinate too much. I think about too many things. But I think that every time that I start my lives, I should have this promotional video. All right, hey guys, welcome to the Dennis Herrera Show. My name is Dennis Herrera. I am from Honduras. My mother brought me here when I was 13 years old, but my mother never wanted to bring us here illegally. My mother actually came to the United States over here, worked for 5 years, waited until she got a green card. She went back to Honduras. We went to the embassy of the United States of America in Tegucigalpa, the capital of Honduras, and we went there twice, and we got denied for actual permission to come to the United States of America. We came back the third time. The third time, we had a full healthcare examination. We had a full criminal background examination. We had all papers of bank statements and showing them that we can sustain ourselves here in the United States of America. And then the consulate said, hey, here you go. Congratulations. You got a visa for 10 years. You have permission to stay in the country for 6 months. After 6 months, we actually got, within the 6 months, we got approved for a green card. All we had to do was wait until the green card process was available for an interview. That we did an interview in Seattle. Then in Seattle, we went back home. And then we got called for a final interview. And that interview was at the Embassy of Honduras. I went to the Embassy of Honduras for 2 weeks because I was already in school. So I told the consulate, hey, I'm playing football. I am in school. I need to get back. I only got a 2-week vacation so I can come in here and get my green card. The guy said, okay, boom, thank you very much. Next, come back at 4 p.m. And then we came back at 4 p.m. Boom, we got our passports. We got our green card and the passport sealed. We say, okay, we're good. We're permanent residents now. Let's go back to the United States of America. We came here. We've never been on welfare because of that. We always went to school. I went to school. My mother worked for me and my sister. She's been sustaining us, blah, 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 blah. After 2.5 decades, I decided that I want to be an American citizen because I love this country, and for every single benefit that I have received as a vision to be able to have an open mind to become my own business owner, to be able to go to any job company and apply for it, to say I can work for this and I can get fair wages and I can work more so that I can make extra money. You see how that's how that works. And then I decided that I wanted to be one of the people. I want to be one of the people. To become one of the people, I have to be an American citizen. It is very simple. It is not hard. It is easy to digest. It's common sense. And so when they told me, yes, you have an interview to become naturalized American citizen, I went and did the test. They asked me the questions. I passed them all, answered every single one of them. They even told me that if I had children anywhere in the world, because I would be the father pending a paternity test, that those children will automatically be American citizens because now my nationality is American. And that means that all of my offspring gets the benefits, the privilege, and the blessing to be Americans. Isn't that amazing? And this is why I interpret the Constitution that if illegal immigrants have children here, those children are not American citizens. Those children are the nationality of their father, which whether it be Mexico, Honduras, Guatemala, it doesn't matter. And I'm going to tell you something. I was taught civics, and I was taught to be a patriot. I was taught to love this country. Why? Because this is the country that provides for us. This is the land that gives us the opportunity to fight and work and make as much wealth as we can. We are not stopped. We are free. We can vote. We are the people that make the choices. American citizens. That's what we the people, the Constitution was made for. The Constitution was not made for illegal immigrants. The due process is for Americans, and everybody that is here legally. If you want to have immigration due process, you get that at the border. You get that at the embassy. You get that when you get arrested. You get that when you're proven that you committed fraud. When you are working at a company, knowing that you are illegal, what due process do you want? What do you think due process is going to do to you when you show your papers and it says that you're not supposed to be in this country? What do you think is going to happen? You're going to have a 10-year stay? That's not how it works. So I think that I have to make an introduction video so that I can just play it and tell you all of this. With that being said, whoo! Okay, here is our live. Now, there's always going to be people. There's always going to be people that are going to push back. There's always going to be people that are going to make excuses for breaking the law. I will tell you this right now. If these people didn't go to the embassy, to the United States of America embassy in their country, they miss due process by choice. If they don't go through a port of entry, they miss due process by choice. If they come here illegally, hiding, and you know what I'm saying, and paying coyotes, if they come here illegally hiding, they are avoiding due process. It's not denied. They are avoiding it. This guy, he says I sound crazy. You see what I'm talking about? Everything that I have just told you is by the book, is lawful, it is correct, it is a fact. And Americans can come and say, hey, you're not American. I don't give a crap. I got a document that says that I am an American citizen. Pwah! Huh? I don't care. Call me a sellout. Call me a coconut. Be racist against me. Call me a racist. Call me a bigot. Call me all the things that you want. But my soul is clean. My soul is clean because I follow the law. I respect the land. I love the people. Does that mean that I want to hang out with everybody? Hell no. I can love people, but some of them I can't stand. People are hateful. I don't want to be with people like that. I want to be with people that think the same way that I do. America first. If I have to tell you what America first means, I am so sorry, but you're very uneducated. Because America first doesn't mean that it's just going to be everything for here in America. Sometimes to be America first, we have to go internationally to protect America. That's how you make America first. Everybody on the left hates President Donald Trump because these fools play in politics children here in the United States of America that can't do their job. We're hating on President Trump going to Korea, to Japan, to China, to Russia, to the Middle East, to Qatar, blah, blah, blah. But they were hating on him for doing all this stuff. He went to Taiwan, he went to Cambodia, to Thailand, etc. And they were hating on him for doing that. Guess what he's doing, you ungrateful sons of bitches? He's making America first. That's how you do it. Daddy has to go to work. Stop being so damn entitled. You can't get your PlayStation unless daddy goes to work. Your house cannot have food unless daddy goes to work. You have to allow daddy to go to work. Daddy cannot stay in the house all the time. Mommy has to stay in the house all the time. Mommy has to take care of the kids. Mommy has to take care of the house. Mommy is the vice president in the house. Congress, useless board of lazy politicians that use American lives as cattle for their own benefit. Damn, I didn't think that was going to happen today. But that's what it is today. I like that. I like that, Brian. Facts of life. You see, do you know why I'm so emboldened, like Melody, a.k.a. Tyrone, said to me before on a call? You know why I'm emboldened? Because I'm right. Because I'm following the law. Whether I think that President Trump's decisions are going to be perfect, no. There's going to be some things that I'm not going to agree with. But guess what? He's my president. He knows best. I will give my opinion, but he knows best. When I see illegal immigrants out there being defended by those who are illegal, legal, maybe they're legal, maybe they're not, but they're out there and cussing out the police officers, you know what that tells me? You have no respect. If you have no respect for authority, you have no respect for me. If people come into my channel and they want to start insulting me, instead of trying to make a conversation pop and happen, and they just want to cuss me out, guess who the problem is? It's those people. Show me that you're a Democrat without telling me that you're a Democrat. You go out there, act like idiots. You go out there and join those libtards. You go out there with retarded people and you lie to them and tell them that they're so smart and they are right. You go out there with paid protesters. You're not getting paid, but they're getting paid, and you're supporting their lies. What a great country this was before immigrants came in here invading our country. We already had illegal immigrants. Oh, here we go, J6. Let's not even go there. J6 was a coup, was a setup. I don't care what you say. Some things were not right, but I was not Trump's inciting. You didn't see me making a trip to the D.C. and do the same thing, right? I didn't go over there. How many? 80 plus million Americans who trust and believe in President Donald Trump? Easy destruction of the Capitol. Easy. Easy. 80 million Americans. Easy. If that's what President Trump told us to do, that's what would have happened, but it didn't. Instead, an innocent woman was killed by a dumbass police officer at the Capitol. That's right. So don't bring J6 in here. Don't bring J6. If you're not going to listen to the facts, don't bring J6. Whew. All right. All right. That was introduction to the Dennis Herrera Show. It's all about following the law. If you're a migrant and you want to go ahead and challenge me on immigration law or rules, go ahead and give me a call. 425-583-1155. Tell me why illegal immigrants should be allowed in this country. You guys want to do that? You guys want to call in and tell me that illegal immigration is perfect, is wonderful? I'm going to put you in star 67 if you want to block the number, and then dial 425. Let me see. That's not the number. 425-583-1155. Is that right, Robert? Robert can confirm that that is my number. All right. I'm going to go ahead and pin it. And I want you to call me and tell me that illegal immigration, it's right. And tell me that everything that I just said right now and in this introduction, that I'm wrong about it. Okay, AE, you must have missed my whole speech. But if you have the balls to call, give me a call, and I'll give you 5 minutes. I'll give you 5 minutes to tell me why illegal immigrants should be allowed in here, and I'll allow you to ask me one question. And that's it. So go ahead and dial the phone number. Give me a call. I'm giving you a chance to go ahead and thank you, Robert. I appreciate it. Robert is he knows my phone number better than me, so he corrects me when I put the wrong number in there. Who is it, Scott? What Scott say? Especially when they open the door for folks. I don't know what that was. They will have no legitimate debate. Who? I don't think he's talking about me, bro. I think Scott's talking about somebody else, not me. Unless I miss another comment, I'm not sure. But let's go ahead. Illegal immigrants, should they be in this country? Now, I got some things to play for you guys, and I'm gonna be. I signed up. I logged into my Facebook account so that I can go ahead and give you some points. Okay. Jose, you're thirsty for white approval. Call me, Jose. I mean, don't call me Jose. My name is Dennis, but call in. Oh, this is fantastic. This is fantastic. You know, I should charge you guys $5 super chats if you want to call in. Scott, don't worry, buddy. Sometimes people misunderstand the comments. I think you were talking about somebody else, right? Not me. Yeah, yeah, it's all good, Scott. Don't worry. See, that's the thing, right? When people put comments on the chat, it can be misunderstood. So I apologize if I misunderstand your comments. Tanya, how are you, love? Good to see you. God bless you. Hey, happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. Beck says, define illegal immigration. Any migrant that does not have permission to come to this country or comes over this country on a visa and overstays is an illegal immigrant. Oh, Jay, I'm glad you're here. We're going to talk about your people, the Somali fraud. Beck, was that a good answer? Is that okay? Let's see. Only 50 likes with 200 views. Come on, man. You got to give me a like, even if you're hating me right now. Even if you put in a hateful comment, you got to give the video a like. Come on. Come on. We're Americans, right? Well, maybe that's the problem. We probably about 150 of the people here are illegal immigrants. That's why they're not hitting the like. Let's see. Jose says, bet you when he retires, he'll go back home like the rest. Absolutely. Why not? This is why I defend men. That's the beauty. That is the beauty. Thank you so much for pointing that out. Guys, just because you are rewarded for following the law, for fulfilling the requirements, it doesn't mean you're evil. All right, here we go. We got a question. All right, who's calling?
What's up, Dennis?
Who is this?
Oh, my brother. I'm your brother from another mother.
Brother from another mother. Oh man, this is gonna be bad. ¿Qué pasa?
¿Qué pasa? Liberty for all right here.
All right, go for it.
Hey, how you doing, brother? Hey, Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year, man. It's good to hear you.
Yeah, so the illegals have the right to be here? No. No.
Yeah.
No. No, they're not.
Yeah.
No, they're not. I mean, it just turns that way sometimes.
Yeah, I know.
You know. Like you and me, we kind of related how poor our countries are.
Yeah.
Then sometimes it turns that way, Sometimes, we do it legal. Sometimes we do it in the illegal way.
Yeah.
But it all depends about situations. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're blessed that, you came here legal and bless the heart of your mother,
Yeah.
But, so we closed the border. All right, so now what are we going to do with all the illegals over here?
Yeah. What do you think we should do?
Well, I would say, because I do not approve when somebody crosses the lake and all of a sudden they want to come over here and do bad things. If they're going to do bad things, they should have stayed in their country.
Exactly.
Yeah. But, we cannot condemn it all. I mean, there's good people and bad people. So how about if we do some kind of
Immigration reform?
Yeah, you can say that, but that triggers everybody.
If God allows me to be in the position, I promise you, I am going to do immigration reform, but I'm going to do it transparently so that people know why it's not being done. Okay, I promise you guys that much. Okay, now
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. History proves that the Republican Party has done more legal reforms than a Democrat.
Yeah, well, I said this before. I don't know if you knew my channel here today, but I said this before. Barack Obama and President Trump both tried to do immigration reform, and Congress denied it. Right? The legislature, the branch denied it. That proves to me that they don't want that. So I don't know what is the angle on this. But here is where I'm going to go. I go all the way to the root of the problem. Whose problem is it that we have illegal immigration? Let's see if you get there first before me. Whose problem, who creates the real problem for illegal immigration, and who should be held accountable for this?
Well, that's what happens when all the people don't understand how the law works. So,
that's one. But
yeah,
who is, besides the migrant, right, that's breaking the law, who is, at the end of the day, who is responsible for this illegal immigrations, and who be accountable for it?
I don't know. Go ahead and enlighten me.
You gotta take a couple of shots of tequila to get the brain going.
Oh, believe me, that tequila's still kicking in from Saturday.
I've been near you, doggone it. All right. So, you know, I'll give you my example, okay? The
Hmm.
Just a quick, really quick. Oh my God, my accent. Just a little quick recap. In Honduras, the president Juan Orlando Hernandez was set up was to be the fall man for all the drugs that came from Venezuela, etc. Communist takes over the country, right?
Yeah,
Her
yeah.
name is Xiomara, which is the wife of the ex president that everybody hated in Honduras. She becomes into power by setting him up. Here it is. Every single government official in Honduras, well, I'm probably exaggerating, but a lot of them, the ones that are in power right now,
Yeah.
they say they hate President Donald Trump. And listen to this logic, because Honduras, this is so embarrassing. I don't even know if I want to say it. It's embarrassing. They say that they hate President Donald Trump because Honduras depends on the remittances that illegal immigrants are sending back to Honduras. Their words.
Hmm.
That's embarrassing. So
Yeah, yeah.
I'll ask you the question again. Where is the root of the problem? Who is responsible and who should be held accountable for all this illegal immigration?
Foreign countries.
Exactly. So I go back to the foundation, right, of the problem, the
Yeah,
root of the
yeah, yeah,
problem.
yeah.
Yeah, and so let's say, okay, Honduras, they want asylum. Okay,
Yeah.
what country should they get asylum from? Speaking legal wise, where should they go?
You should have stayed in that country.
No, no, but they want asylum. They're being threatened,
Uh,
so they want asylum. Where should they go?
but
I don't
everybody,
mean to put you in the
everybody,
spot, but just
everybody picks this country because it's the closest one. But I mean, come on, they got Spain, they got all over the place.
no,
Why come
no,
here?
no, no. What's the closest to Honduras? Do you know the map?
Oh, oh, the closest to Honduras?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Well, that's Mexico.
Wow, you bro, why you insulting Guatemala, bro? Why you
Hey,
insulting Salvador, man? What's wrong with you?
you know, in our culture as Central Americans, we know this. You know, why you getting out of Guatepeor to
Yeah.
get into Guatemala?
Yeah, yeah, I know. For those of you who don't know what he said, why would you go from bad to worse? Something
That's
that is only
right.
translated right in Spanish. But if you're Mexican, though, this would be the country to apply for asylum, but you have to do it at the port of entry. You cannot do it here while you're illegally in the country and then apply. That's not how it works. So now
Yeah, yeah.
you have asylees, right, from anywhere in Africa, Asia, etc. We have refugees, right, from Haiti, temporary status,
Oh,
Haiti,
yeah.
some from Colombia, some from Venezuela. We're kicking out the illegals that are not supposed to be here, but some from Venezuela. And then we have, of course, our favorite topic right now, Somalis, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
the reason why they're famous is because Ilhan Omar, their leader, and all the Somalis are have been talking so bad about the United States of America. They hate white Americans because they're the devil, and I don't appreciate that because that's our brothers, whether they're black or white, they're our brothers. And I think anybody that stands against America, I am going to be in disagreement with, especially when it comes to national security. And it's not a bad thing that they're refugees. And let's be honest. The average IQ there is 68 to 70, which you know what level that is, right? I won't say it, but I'll let you look it up if you want to know. And the thing is, like, they're not grateful. They're not getting favor from Americans. Like people say, Dennis, why do you kiss ass every day? Why are you a brown noser? Why are you a coconut? Why are you a brown man trying to be white? And you know what I say to people? You know what? If my people are going to be taken care of, I will be kissing ass every single day. As
Oh,
long as
yeah.
my people are taken care of, my nose will be so deep in there, shit will come out of my ears. Because as long as my people are getting taken care of, that's all that matters to me. So, what do the Somalis do? They commit this fraud, right? And not all of them, obviously, but most of them are on welfare, right? They're out here sending all of their money to Somalia. They're making trips that, bro, it's so expensive to fly from here to Somalia. It's even more expensive from Washington, of course. But these people are not grateful. So how can I say anything about them? I can have pity on them for being so poor and not so smart, but even that I can't do it because they have been so hateful towards us. You've seen the videos on the internet, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's just some of them. When I watch Nick Shirley, CNN, of course, that they're bought by Democrats, but when I see Nick Shirley out there and this Somalis demonizing him, I mean, bro, we're gonna get to some deep stuff in here in a little bit, but yeah, I do appreciate your comment. Did you have one question for me before I let you go?
no, no, no. I just wanna say hi to you, and yeah, I mean, in immigration, yeah. Let's give a chance to the people that actually are working. Okay, they're doing it illegal, and that's a crime. Yeah, okay. How about if we
How,
flip that and we
how about
give them
this? What if they're hard workers but they have a criminal record, like drunk DUI or a felony?
Oh no, those guys I got it.
Okay, fine.
I disapprove that. I mean,
I agree.
dude, you can be a whole manager, but I mean, if you have a bad criminal
Yeah.
record, brother, I'm sorry, but go clean your shit
Yep.
in your country.
Yep.
And if you want to still come back over here, come back. And don't be like that guy that farts in the fucking elevator, and all of a sudden they're all blaming us.
Yep. Absolutely, brother. Yeah. I don't want to take
You
the
know.
rap. Yeah. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, man. Be blessed.
All right, brother. Hey, keep it up.
You got to do it, baby. You know it.
Hey. All right, man.
Hasta luego. So let me see. Don't block all the comments, man. I gotta read their negativity so I can respond, and then we can get rid of the comment. Okay, give me a chance to read. What was it? Dennis AE says, "Are you Mexican?" No, I think people are just coming in and they miss my story. That's why I said I'm gonna play an introductory video. I think I might make one. And I'm going to put that on my page, okay, on my YouTube page. That way when people come into my channel, they want to judge me and hate me and do all this stuff. Okay, here's my story from the beginning. Bada bing, bada boom. All right. AE is forcing a story out of me. All right, here we go. I came to this country in 1989. The second day that I was here, it was snowing. It was beautiful. I was out there in a tank top, in shorts. No, I actually had sweats. Sweats in a tank top, sliding on the snow with my Converse shoes. Fantastic. Best shoes I've ever had. And then I started coming here. I went to 7th grade. They make me repeat 7th grade because I didn't speak English. And so in 7th grade, I picked up English pretty quick. 6 months. I was speaking English. Now, with a heavier accent, obviously, with a heavier accent. But I picked up English pretty quick. And so I went to regular classes after ESL, right? You went to regular classes, and then people hear me speaking Spanish, and they're like, oh, hey, where you from? Are you Mexican? And I said, no, I'm not Mexican. I'm from Honduras. Oh, yeah? Where's that at? 7th grade. 8th grade. Somebody heard me speaking Spanish. Oh, hey, Dennis, you Mexican? No. I said, I'm from Honduras. Oh, yeah? Where's that at? Okay. 9th grade. Somebody heard me speaking Spanish. Dennis, you're Mexican? No, man, I'm from Honduras. Where's that at? 9th grade. People don't know where Honduras is. They thought it was some sort of country in Africa. 10th grade. 11th grade. 12th grade. I went to school with this guy for 4 years. If he ever comes to my channel, his name is Ryan Metcalf. He hears me speaking Spanish with some Mexicans, and he says to me, Dennis, I didn't know you were Mexican. And I says, no, yes, I am Mexican. I leer fast. I leer very fast. And I hope you're leering something today. True story. And probably in here, even till this day, if I tell you I'm from Honduras, you most likely have to go Google it. Even though the only thing that stands between Honduras and the United States is Mexico and Guatemala. You still don't know where Honduras is. That's embarrassing. All right, let's see. Any questions? Anybody else wants to call in? Tell me how illegal immigration is okay. If you're on my side, guys, come on, stop making me blush. Let's see. Let's see. Let me read a couple of comments here. Okay, you know what? Actually, you guys can delete the comments. I'll just go ahead and view them. Nathan, come on, stop speaking our language. What language is that? I don't speak retard. Nathan, he say he ain't us. Okay, I got you. I got you. All right, what else does Nathan says? You, I don't know, man. This guy, Nathan, Nathan, are you native at least? Denier of American sovereignty. So, respecting and making other people respect the American sovereignty. This guy is talking the opposite. Okay, so Nathan, that's enough comments from you. Let's see. Oh, shoot, Mega Man. Oh boy, here we go. Let's see. You had to repeat seventh grade because you ate them in what? Because you ate them into debt. So you had to redo it to repay the food debt. Tubby, we know. Mega, what the bro? Did you even go to school? That's retarded. I don't know what you're saying there, bro. I am American. I also speak Spanish, says Iceman. Good for you, Iceman. That is awesome, dude. I like it if people speak Spanish. Right? Fight your own damn governor in your own country. Sorry, buddy. The governor, it's state, not country. But yeah, I will fight him. I will fight him. And it is this country that is my country. All right, let's see. Let's go down to the last few comments in here. Uh, Megas of 550 pounds. I think I'm back to my old weight. I think I'm back to 275, and that's right. I am 6'1", but there is a lot of muscle underneath all this fat. Let Jr. No, Jr. Don't call again. Don't call again. Then we're gonna be sitting here for 3 hours. You know how we talk. All right, let's see what else we got in here. Did you turn into the Mexicans, Michael? Yes, I had no choice. Let's see. Not all black men are well endowed. Just saying. Well, Daisy, I'm glad that it was you that said it. I don't know. I don't go checking junk. Let's see. Tyrone. Oh wait, this is the real Tyrone. Not all black men are well endowed. Oh, sorry, that was Susie. That was Susie. That was Daisy above you. This guy isn't illegal. Why would they check my papers if I'm not illegal? You said I'm not illegal, but you want me to. Jay, you have no muscle. Well, there's one muscle that is pretty big, but I'm not going to show you. All right, let's see. Okay, who's calling? Thanks for calling.
Hi.
Oh,
So my name is Candy,
Candy?
and I'm actually on your live, and I actually appreciate your I appreciate your live stream.
Oh, thank you. You said Candy?
Tan John.
Oh, Tangent. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I sent I actually just subscribed, and I sent your videos to one of my friends.
Oops.
Beautiful. She's one of my best friends. Her son plays with my son in Pop Warner football.
Oh, okay.
And she'd tell you she's the Mexican who don't speak Spanish. She can't.
Yeah, I understand that.
And I did send one to my daughter. It's just beautiful to see, other perspectives. Yeah, I do see like the Caucasians and Black Americans who are speaking up, and they're sick of the fraud and all that stuff. And
Yeah.
yeah, illegals got to go.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, California is the worst. Over here, we have Gavin Newsom, who clearly in our faces saying he's going to keep this state sanctuary. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
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 so Trump knocks you over,
yeah, yeah.
Um, but they've been doing a lot of discrimination and discriminating things here in California alone
Yeah.
against the American people. And in the beginning, I was like, oh, see, they got something here. Here, we talk about black and brown community, but yet you have a whole bunch of illegals that are, they are indeed Mexicans and, El Salvadorians that's over here.
Yeah.
And they definitely would discriminate against black people big time. I went to get some chicken from Wingstops, and I just wanted, I
Get
just
them
wanted
chicken
to get,
wings.
yeah, I just wanted to get some fries. I just wanted some fries at that time. I was trying to see if I could stay away from meat for a week.
Yeah.
And the first Hispanic gonna tell me that I'm not, I can't buy, they can't sell me fries. And I said, well, why not? They said I have to buy the meal. I said, I don't have to buy the meal.
What?
Do. Yeah, so I went through that. So
Wow.
I called my niece because she's a manager over in Hayward, California. We gonna call my niece and see because she's the manager there. That do they deny you food if you don't buy a whole meal? So they went and spoke to each other in Spanish in the kitchen. I'm looking right at them.
Uh huh.
They're gonna come in. We're gonna go ahead and let you just pay for the fries, but next time you have to buy the meal.
Wow. That's.
So we,
I never heard of
uh,
that.
yeah, oh yeah, me neither. It's brand new crap. And then the same thing happened with the housing situation. They got people who don't understand English. They don't speak English, and they're dictating mid-pen housing. I just wanted someone like Nick Shirley to go to mid-pen housings, and you're gonna see nothing but people who was undocumented living in these places.
Yeah.
Gavin Newsom is building these apartments, these nice luxury apartments, to hurry up and move them in those places, as well as having those applications. What as soon as you get here, they still have you an application and make you a citizen here. And I just think that that's so illegal. And I am so glad that Prop 50 became null and void. It got slammed.
Really? I
It
thought I thought it went through.
it went through until, but then it had to go to Congress. And when they looked at who was doing the voting, the way he got that 300 million votes, it didn't come from California. It came from
Oh man.
Venezuela, it came from Dubai, it came from. Uh, Gavin Newsom knew it. He was trying to be a crook. So
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
he became avoided.
Oh, that's
I
awesome
don't
to hear. That's actually good news.
Oh, I celebrated as soon as I heard it. One of the Californians who have a YouTube channel
Yeah.
was celebrating that Prop 50 became null and void.
Hmm.
So, working class people, and then it was funny because it was working class people, hard working American Hispanics and stuff. They voted no on Prop 50 because it was mighty funny. We
Yeah.
didn't.
I
They
didn't agree with who they say were allowed to vote for it, and I was like, "There's no freaking way that they did allow it." But I'm glad that Congress did something. That is actually very, very, very good. Fantastic.
yeah, they got called out within their own circle. Gavin Newsom do it, and then later on we found out that Gavin Newsom's on podcast talking about he has to kiss the Trump, he has to kiss the ring,
Yeah.
and kneel to Donald Trump,
Yeah.
into Donald Trump.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because of that. So,
Thank you. That's actually you give me good news, and thank you for the compliment. I appreciate you. I like to have all kinds of people come in and give me some input. If there's something they agree or disagree, just tell me. But just be polite about it. And some people just can't do that.
well, let me tell you this real quick before I let you go, because
Uh
I
huh.
appreciate you. You keep doing what you're doing. You keep on bringing that because people think it's just black and white, and
Yeah.
Hispanics are getting harmed, and people, black Latinos voting for Trump was a big mistake. And I'm learning every time I turn around, there's Latinos coming up saying, "Please, are you kidding me? I'll vote for Trump for 2028. You keep playing with me."
Yeah.
And they're Latinos and Chicanos. It was like, forget
Yep.
that Chicano Magas. I mean, I'm just amazed. And, I even saw one Puerto Rican guy telling black people on the left to stand down. You don't speak for us. We voted for Trump for a reason. And any Latinos, any illegal immigrants, I don't care if you're from Puerto Rico. I don't care if you're from Mexico. I don't care. If you come here, you rock the American freaking flag.
That's right. Absolutely.
You
I'm with you 150%.
when you come here with a different flag. And now for me, I told one of the guys, which I supported, and I told him, if you come here to this other country, if you come into America and you rocking France or any other flag, that means you've lost your way. You
Yep.
need help getting your country.
That's right.
Fight your own government in your own country. Quit running over here. Because American people can run over there.
Come on.
Okay. And look what happened to JT the bigger figure. He came to Africa. As soon as the government found out in Burkina Faso that he's helping poor people make money and become rich and don't need handouts anymore over there. They don't ran them out. So, but I would like to say this, and I'm gonna exit the phone. Keep doing what you're doing. I appreciate you, and we got it. You guys are allowed to stop fraud now.
Yep.
You can speak out now. You can roll up your sleeve. This is what the left want people to do. Be so lazy and just go for democracy. No, you don't want the democracy. You want the republic
Yeah.
because you're in charge of what the hell you say.
Yep. Oh no, we're gonna go hard against this governor here in Washington State. So I'm just mentally preparing myself for it because I'm gonna go against. Well, here's the thing. To be honest, the reason why I think there's a chance that we might turn this state red is first, right now, what seems impossible is the majority of the people here in Washington State seem to be Democrat, but because I believe that they have been committing so much fraud in our voting system that I believe that there will be a chance for us to actually win this and to be maybe a Republican. I'm not sure if I'm going to run as a Republican yet because obviously I'm not endorsed by Republicans. But if that was the case and that was endorsed, absolutely, 1,000% I will be a Republican. But, that's what gives me hope that that there's a chance that we can do something. And I'm going to tell you, here in Washington, is more and more obvious. People are sick and tired of the taxes, not just because we're paying taxes, but because the money is being destroyed. Like we don't know where it's going. We're just losing, hemorrhaging money, just like an example that I give everybody, and I don't mean to keep you too long here, but the example that I give everybody, that people say, oh, Trump has got us into another $18 trillion in debt, and he spent more money than other president. Yes, but the difference is he's bringing more money into our country as to the other people were giving away probably less trillions, but still a lot of money, and they were bringing nothing back into our country. And the only reason why Biden got $70 billion in tariffs because that was Trump's tariffs. But they don't mention that part. And now that we started this year, it's double, more than double that amount. And so this year, 2026, we're celebrating as conservatives, and we are believing that we're going to see a lot of great changes. The first event that I'm waiting for is tax season. I can't wait. I was a big advocate for the big beautiful bill. So,
California's going to try to force us to pay California taxes. You're so correct about this in the tariff situation. I'm very grateful that he's charging other countries tariffs because, again, we were mistreated.
Yep.
And it seemed like nobody cared what they did to us. We had to accept abuse and being on this plantation. And I say this: people need to get off that damn plantation.
Let's go.
However, you keep doing what you're doing, we will win. I am an independent. But as I learned, there's a history. The free black slaves founded the Republican Party. And the progressives, which were, white folks, they later on became the Democratic Party, and they were part of the KKK.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I cannot believe, they want to call Republicans coons and sellouts.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. But if they look at themselves in a mirror, I think they fit that narrative more than we do.
Yeah. There was this lady that called in on New Year's Eve when I was doing my live. I did live for like 5-6 hours, I think, altogether. 5 hours, I think, altogether. But there was this lady that called in, and she said she was black, and she's telling me that black people are just angry and all this other stuff, right? Long story short, I said, why did you vote for Democrats? And then she started mentioning this big, long list of things. And then when she finished, I said, I'm sorry, I misunderstood. I thought you voted for Democrats. And she goes, I know what you're trying to say. I thought you, no, seriously, I thought you voted for Democrats. And she goes, I know what you're trying to do, and I know the tone of your voice. And she was right, because what I told her was this. I thought you said Democrats, but I was wrong because everything you just mentioned is what Trump is doing. No. I said, thank you for calling. I appreciate you. but that's exactly what, I see things like what they want is what I see is being done, but they don't they don't hear what they want to hear. I don't know the opposite. They hear what they want to hear. They don't want to hear the truth. You know?
because they are afraid to leave that plantation. It's a mental abuse thing, and it goes back into the slavery thing and all that
Yeah.
stuff. I will say this, and if you can't, if I may, can I please speak to Black people, please?
Come on.
Okay. Number one, the 400-year slavery plan of reparations is over. You got to stop talking about reparations for 400 years because they're laughing at you. And if you do your history, our ancestors were paid reparations. They were paid reparations. However, we got to start talking about what happened to Tulsa, what happened in the Black Wall Street, what happened in Fillmore, Oakland, San Francisco, the Bay Area, where Black businesses were thriving, but the government, the blue cities, the blue states, the government, they took that from us. They bombed, cities and stuff like that, or they illegally overtaxed us, cost us, and priced us out of our own company, our own business. So, um, so they can give it to undocumented people. And as a child, it started with Arabs. So, we say, oh, the Arabs took the Black businesses, but they did all that stuff on purpose. We need to be talking about reparations for that. You could go back 120 years. They owe us for that. And that's what we need to be talking about. And that should be mentioned. It should be talked about. Black people should have their businesses back. I mean, we don't know anything anymore. Everything was taken from us, and we were so used to taking that beat down and that mental beat down. And as soon as we get something different happening, then we're panicking because we're used to just being under masters' bosoms.
Yeah.
And now we can leave the plantation.
Yeah, come on.
That's all I say.
I like it. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate that. That was awesome. Thank you for speaking to the Black community because they don't like to take it from a Hispanic. Appreciate you. Much love to you. God bless you and your family. Happy New Year.
You too.
Take care. Bye. It's funny when she's talking about the plantation. It reminds me of what I was joking around with you guys the other day about the Matrix. Either you take the red pill or you take the blue pill. And of course, Neo, the savior, is taking the red pill. And the traitor, the people, the guy that doesn't care what happens to the people, he says, I don't want to remember. I don't care. I just want to be put back into the plantation. And he says, oh, you know what? I know that this steak is not really steak, but ignorance is bliss. And that is true. That is actually how people are. And thank you for subscribing, number one, but most importantly, thank you for the encouragement. The words of encouragement means a lot to me. And you'll notice that when people are positive with me, like a whole bunch of trolls and negative people leave the chat. I want to go ahead and jump into my Facebook page. For all of you, if you do use Facebook, okay, because I think most people probably don't use Facebook anymore. Like I don't use Facebook anymore, but I'm going to start again just for the purposes of this channel. Now, I saved a bunch of videos that I felt were important for me to share with you. If you look for me on Facebook, you're going to find the Dennis Herrera. Right? There's this Facebook right here. I don't have a cover photo yet, but I will put one in there eventually. There's a lot of people that I don't want to accept in my page, okay? I really want just positive people, and then we can just open it to everybody. But the first thing that I want to do is I want to point out this whole thing about the voting, okay? Because you guys may have seen this video already, but the thing about voting fraud, it's very real. We found hundreds of thousands here, but people still deny it. And this whole thing that I told you guys a couple days ago, 315,000 votes from Georgia, and I told you about a week ago that it's being proven every day. We seem to have something come up, or at least every week, that fraud was committed. And everything that President Donald Trump made on that speech on January 6th is true. And it's funny because I watched this and a lot of leftists told us that, that wasn't true. It was fake. And then they said, tell me one thing that he said that it was true. And the most obvious one that I can point out, he says, watch what's going to happen with the border. They're going to open the border and thousands of illegals, immigrants are going to come in through here to this country illegally. Well, he was only wrong in the fact that it's actually millions of illegal immigrants came through the border once the Biden administration opened it. And there's David Blackburn. This guy doesn't understand. He is a hardcore leftist. He will never, ever agree that anything has happened against his party. Socialist, Marxist, communist. That is the new Democratic Party. If you don't believe me, look what's happening. We got socialist Democrats come out there in the open. They admit it 100%. We have one here in Seattle, Washington. There are a bunch of, I'm going to try not to say their name, but eventually I will let it loose. They are just going to try to destroy the rest of what time or what wealth we have here in Washington State. But I'll give you a better example. 9/11, New York has put in a Muslim socialist. We said communist. He doesn't know what communist is, but we know he's a communist. This is what they put in office. And I would like to see who voted for him. I'm not saying that it was fraud, but I would like to see who voted for him. And I'm going to tell you, Somalis, I played this yesterday, and I showed you guys, they themselves with their own mouth said that they have approved thousands and hundreds of thousands of Somalis. I think he said thousands. Tens of thousands? Whatever. He said thousands of Somalis became citizens. And if it wasn't for the Somali community, he would have never been elected mayor in Minnesota. Let that sink in. Ilhan Omar won by why? The majority of the Somali community. That is her country. Do not be mistaken. That is her country. She even still says, till this day, the Somalia president is her president. She says, it's our president, as she's speaking to the Somalia community, right? Okay, so I've showed you all that, and I told you that Giuliani was sued for hundreds of millions, I think maybe $1 billion, I can't remember, but it was a lot of money, and he lost against the Canadian company, Dominion, which says that there was no fraud being committed on the elections. Well, let's go ahead and play this little clip from my homeboy right here and see what he says.
About you guys, but Rudy Giuliani should be getting all of his money back, all of his assets back, especially now that Georgia has claimed and admitted that 315,000 ballots were illegally counted in the 2020 election. Yeah. Rudy Giuliani better be getting his money back.
There you go. That's what I think, right? It's not just me. There's other Americans with common sense out there. Now, the leftists, they will continue to defend the criminals. I have proof to you that they love criminals. Look what they do in the criminal system. They just say criminals are just misunderstood. And that's why they keep letting them out and committing crimes until they actually commit some really heinous crimes. And then they lie on the reports for crime. Crime is down. It's not. It would be if you keep those people in jail. You would look so much better if you actually enforced the law and you actually kept them in jail. Now, I'm going to be speaking a little bit more just on my state of Washington because this is where I live and this is where I see some problems. Take a listen here to the Republicans in the House in Washington.
We just did the largest tax hike in the history of Washington State. We increased B&O taxes on home construction. We are one of the most expensive homes in the nation to build a house. Over $309 per square foot. We increased B&O taxes on assisted living. We increased B&O taxes on operating and treatment and drug centers. Washington is just one of 4 states that still is increasing in opioid deaths. We increased taxes on our child care industry, Mr. Speaker. When we started this session, all I heard about was making the wealthy pay their fair share. This budget spreads taxes across all working Washington residents in a manner that is going to make this state more and more and more unaffordable to live in. This budget does not fix Washington. It hurts Washington.
And why doesn't anything get done? Because everything is run by Democrats. And just so that you know, the whole government here in Washington, all the people that get voted in somehow, they are all LGBTQ and activists, every single one of them on the Democratic Party. Why is that? And you see a Republican, the common sense that comes out of there. These people actually get threatened in the government. I'm going to tell you something. That pisses me off. And I don't care who comes in here and insults me and think that I'm a Trumpster only. I support him because he's the only American that wants to fight for Americans. Don't get it twisted. You ignorants out there, don't get it twisted. I fight for what I feel and believe that is right. And everything that is happening that is destroying my state is not only destroying my state, but every other state that blue city sanctuary states have. Every single Democratic state, any blue state, they are the cancer of our nation. And if they want to be seen as something more than just a cancer to our nation, they need to step it up and start fighting for our American people. Period. So I listened to her. And I'm going to run so hard. I'm going to go hardcore, and I'm going to tell you there is nothing that anybody can pin against me, because everything that I stand for is true and honest. I'm going to go off on these people.
ABC News paid $15 million to President Trump to settle a defamation case. CBS paid him $16 million.
Wait, before I'm going to rewind this. Before I say anything else, remember, everybody on the left keeps saying Trump is guilty of this, guilty of that, guilty of this. Well, my friends, today on this little small clip, I want you to rejoice. For the truth shall set you free. So let's go ahead and restart this video. Here you go for my American leftists and for those illegal immigrants that soon will be deported.
ABC News paid $15 million to President Trump to settle a defamation case. CBS paid him $16 million to settle a lawsuit over Kamala Harris's 60 Minutes interview. And Meta forked over $25 million after censoring the president's social media accounts. Quite remarkable if you consider where these news organizations stood and their hostility toward President Trump in recent years. ABC News paid $15 million.
You will pay. You will pay. If you have been trying to destroy our country, you will pay. It's just a matter of time. I was going through all of these clips, all these videos, and yes, I don't get much sleep, but I have to watch them. This is Jim Walsh, not to be confused with Tampon Tim Walsh.
This is significant money. Put it all together, and it's getting into the billions. It's a lot of money that the state of Washington is paying child care providers with not enough accountability.
Somali child daycares, yeah, Somali, okay? Just so you know context of why he's talking about.
For how that money is being spent, where it's being spent. And that's the empowering part of this controversy, is I think there are private citizens who are seeing that they can do something. This is significant money. put it all together, and it's getting into the billions. It's a lot of money that the state of Washington is paying child care providers with not enough accountability for how that money is being spent, where it's being spent. And that's the empowering part of this controversy, is I think there are private citizens who are seeing that they can do something. This is significant money.
I met Representative Jim Walsh, and he has a powerful presence. Just being next to him, powerful presence. And it's beyond me how Democrats just keep winning. I mean, I talk to so many people, and yes, there is a lot of Democrats, but I talk to so many people that are sick and tired of what they're doing, how they're destroying our cities and Washington in general. I just cannot believe that they keep winning. Tremendous, like landslide winning. And then one of the things that alarmed me that they were cheating was on their one election that I don't care what excuse they make. It was Jay Inslee, which everybody in Washington say F Inslee. You saw this all over Facebook. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people were saying F Jay Inslee, blah, blah, blah. The guy that didn't know that Seattle's precinct was taken over in 3 days, he comes out and makes a statement and says, I didn't even know that was happening. So people start wondering what the hell he's been doing as a governor. So he runs for office again after being such a piece of junk. And all of a sudden, he still wins. But get this. There was many hundreds of thousands of votes left. And because the registered voting was the majority, was already counted, they said, they stopped counting. And he declared himself governor of Washington State again. You know what I say? You count every single one of those votes, because I want to see what the difference is on the numbers. I want to see if there's any fraud in this. They came to find that dead people voted. And I guess there is a rule that if you register Democrat, they automatically count the vote for a Democrat. So if you died 6 months earlier, your vote, because you're registered Democrat, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. Because you're registered Democrat, they counted that vote as towards the Democrat candidates. Tell me that's right. Tell me that you're okay with that. Tell me that it's okay for the government to say, hey, Dennis is a registered Democrat. Oh, he died? Well, that means that his vote goes to every Democrat candidate. No. Because what if I'm registered Democrat, but I changed my mind? I changed my mind. I want to vote for somebody else. How are you going to make a decision for me just because I'm dead? No, that means you shouldn't count my vote. Daisy, in 2020, the Democratic Party wanted my dead mom to vote. I'm sorry to laugh. Sorry for you lost. I lost my mother back in 05. I lied. 06. Yes, it was a tough time for me. But it's no lie. Okay, so there's that. And I hope that he's still in office when I get to run. I really want to work with him. Let's see. This guy says the energy didn't phase it. It came back stronger. Let me see what he's saying. I forget what his message was.
Hey, I'm going to say this right here, right now. If you think us conservatives are going to forget what you Democrats said last week, last year, or 4 years ago, like when us conservatives refused to get a vaccine and you said that we deserve to be put in concentration camps, we're not going to forget that you Democrats are going to be seen in history as the tyrants that you are and a threat to our constitutional republic. Hey,
What do you say to that? Any of you on the left side want to say something about what he just said? It is true. I mentioned it. Was it yesterday or the day before? I mentioned it. You guys demonized us. You guys forced us. You took away our rights. literally took away our rights, took away millions of jobs. Of course, you blame it on Trump. You wonder why I defend Trump so much, because you guys keep lying about it. You actually took away American rights. What he's saying is not news. We've been saying it. We protested it. And all we did was get arrested. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you though. I am nobody. Just so you guys know, there is some history, okay? And my history is an open book. When I graduated high school, I had a girlfriend. She's a black girlfriend. I got 2 children with her. I'm not gonna go into details about why. Okay, let's just say that it didn't work out. I married somebody else because I was lonely, I was young, I was dumb, I was not in love. And then we were married for 7 years. I became a very, very nice guy. That was boring. So we got divorced because of something that happened. I'm not going to get into detail about that, but I got my kids. So my first kids are half black. And then my marriage kids. And then I have my wife that I've been married for 14 years, going on 15 this year. And we got 2 children together. Okay? We've been together through thick and thin, to good and bad. She has been supportive. We have had our struggles. Our relationship has been a roller coaster. We're still together. We still find a way to complement each other. We find a way to say thank you, God, together. And, they're Polynesian. They're half Polynesian and they're half, Honduran, which is, I'm a half Mayan descent and a half Spaniard descent. So, I'm not a native of this country, but I am native of the Americas. But that doesn't give me the right to come into the United States illegally. My American right only stops in Honduras. So I have to follow the law to be here legally, okay? So with that being said, I don't understand why people that are born here don't take care of their country as they should. But instead, they support, even knowing the Constitution, maybe they don't know the Constitution, but even knowing the Constitution and, and all the rights, they allowed the tyrannical government to take away their rights. I just don't understand. Even Arnold Schwarzenegger says, "To hell with your rights." Remember that? I was disappointed in him. I don't like Arnold Schwarzenegger, though. I like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I know what he means. Democrats are very good at fear-mongering. They are very good at lying, okay? And thank you, Tan. Appreciate you being here. And they just don't want to see clear, even if they see facts. Like, the people on the left right now, everybody on here, you guys saw what happened during COVID, right? Okay? I'm gonna resume a little bit of what my vague memory comes out. When COVID was, first couple of cases was announced in the United States of America, Fauci said, not deadly, but very contagious. Then Fauci says, deadly, very contagious. President Donald Trump says the Chinese virus is killing Americans. So I'm shutting down the border. I want nobody coming from China. Xenophobic. Here comes the libtards. Xenophobic. Oh, President Trump is just racist. How dare he call it a Chinese virus? Why do you call it a Chinese virus? It was a virus made in China. That's a Chinese virus. You see what I'm saying? It's unbelievable. But okay, so they went and say, no masks. Dr. Fauci, the lying, sleazy snake. And then he's looking around. It's like, oh, shit, I don't want to be the guy that takes the fall for this. Yes, we need masks. Man, he threw our president under the bus. We have him saying on live television, telling the president this. And Trump just looks at him and says, okay, wear the mask. Blah, blah, blah. Everything that Trump did when it came to vaccine and medical this and that was because Fauci told him, and then Fauci told the public something else on a different press, which is very interesting that it happened to be the leftist legacy media where Fauci went and said everything against the president. I know that a lot of people take jokes very literal and can be, whatever. They can think whatever they want. But the truth is that when President Donald Trump says that if you want to kill coronavirus, all you got to do is drink some bleach. And oh my gosh, did the left exploded that comment. I thought that was funny because nobody in their right mind will think that that is okay to do. But the leftists exploited that comment, right? The leftists exploited that comment, and they just made him look bad. And it has been an uphill battle every single day. His first term, till this day, not one Democrat will acknowledge that President Donald Trump tried to do immigration reform. This is the racist president that we have. He's done more for the black community than the racist BLM has done for the community. They enrich themselves, but not the community. That organization is racist, selfish, and hateful towards their own kind. It sounds so bad to say their own kind. I'm sorry, my black community friends and brothers. You guys, we're all the same, okay? We have to just say it this way so people know what the hell we're talking about. But I figured that you probably have common sense, so you knew what I was talking anyways, but I still have to say it. And then, every organization that says that they are here to protect children, they allowed illegal immigrants to traffic who knows how many kids, but they have a list of 400,000 missing children. You know what the Democrats said? We cannot do paternity tests on these children. You're violating their human rights. What the hell are you talking about? You want to make sure that these innocent children are actually with their parents, with their relatives. Instead, they're being trafficked. There was a video release at a marijuana farm. All of the children, minors up to 17, I think it was like 10 or 11 to 17, just work in this place. All of them illegal. I think it was all of them. And whose kids are these? Nobody knows. But Democrats want to play the victim card. They want to play that they're the righteous savior of this country. And yet they give illegal immigrants more rights than the American people. Do you know why they do that? Because they think it's the nice thing to do is to help the poor and the needy. But only when it benefits them. Only when it keeps them in power. That's the only time that they want to stand for people. Okay, now I'm going to show this video later because it's a funny video. I know this video it's meant to be funny, okay? So I'm going to leave that just for a little bit. I got a couple of more to show you here from Seattle. I even got Brandy Cruz. I do want to give you a little love from one of my shorts because I think it's funny and I like it, and then we'll go from here.
They think vetting people at the border is racist. They're entitled to their opinions, but they've got to follow the law. And all we're doing is enforcing the law. Look, the best way to avoid ICE is don't be in our country illegal. Duh.
If you don't want to be arrested by ICE, don't be illegal in this country. Duh. All right, here is Brandy Cruz, and I want you to listen to her because Seattle has been raising taxes on us like crazy. And I know that every time that I mention my city and my state, people think I'm crazy. You're just hateful, blah, blah, blah. Mikel Montoya, your phone call doesn't mean shit to me right now, okay? Because I know why you want to call. You never stay on point. But here is the thing. I always talk about how the Democratic government is wasting money. They don't know how to maintain a budget. They don't know how to produce jobs for the people. They're socialist Democrats. This is what they are. And socialist Democrats, all they can think is, let's tax the rich. Let's tax the rich. Let's tax the rich. Don't teach your children about working hard and stop depending on the government, but you helping the actual country and the government that works for you. Let's not teach our children to be hard workers. Let's not teach our children to be innovative, to be business owners, to go and pay taxes so that we can have a better state. Let's teach them rich people are evil. Let's teach them billionaires are evil and that we need to get our free stuff. Free food. Everybody should have free food. Everybody should ride the bus for free. I mean, it's only so expensive to put diesel on these buses, but everybody should ride the bus for free. Isn't that nice? Oh, it's so sweet. These guys really know. They really know how to run the country well. Let me go ahead and put Brandy first, and then we'll continue on. I saved this video clip for a reason. And then after we get done watching this, we're going to go ahead and take a few calls, okay?
We had this big, ugly two-story viaduct that went along the front of the city. It separated Pike Place Market from the waterfront area. And they said, who cares if we spend, I don't know, an extra $1 billion on things here and there and being late. It's going to reinvent and reimagine Seattle. So we went through all of that nonsense and I thought it was a great idea. Now, I would have liked it to be on time and on budget. But at the end of the day, I'm like, yeah, get rid of that ugly viaduct. And I want to be able to walk easily from Pike Place Market down to the waterfront and all these things. So we went through all of that. And then, of course, the work started beautifying the whole area. Okay, now the viaduct is down. Now we're going to have this grand sort of plaza area for tourists. And it'll just be seamless from downtown to the waterfront. We'll have all these. It'll be invigorated. It'll be amazing. How much money did they spend on that element of it? The last numbers we saw were from the Seattle Times. The cost of remaking Seattle's waterfront, it's like $1 billion spent trying to reimagine Seattle, make it a more beautiful place to visit. What's the result of all of that? People still don't want to come here. People still don't want to visit. In fact, of all the cities in the nation, all of them, Seattle is going to see the biggest drop in tourism this year. And they want to blame, what do you think they want to blame? Well, Orange Man bad, of course.
Trump.
One of the reasons, and Oxford Economics points to this, is because border visitors from Canada. You know, because Trump's mean or whatever, has been mean to Canada. And so the reason that we would attribute Seattle having the largest drop in overnight international visitors is because fewer Canadians are coming here. Now, you could look at that and say, well, that's legitimate if Seattle were the only major city on the border with Canada. But of course, we have a big, long border with Canada that extends all the way to the other coast of America. And still, where you're seeing the impact on tourism is Portland. Do you think they had one reference to crime and homelessness in there as maybe an explanation for why people aren't coming to downtown Seattle and spending money, whether locally or international visitors? Not one reference to how bad it is down there. Not one reference to the fact that in the heart of the city, just blocks off, steps off from what are supposed to be our best tourist destinations, you have people folded in half from the Fetty Leans, huddled around in circles, overdosing in plain sight, markets full of stolen goods. You cannot do an accurate assessment of what's happening with Seattle from a tourist perspective without factoring in the crime and the homelessness and the substance abuse. You cannot do it.
Visit Undivided. I'm actually friends with Brandy Cruz. I'm not close friends. I just know her. I met her at one of our community gatherings for keeping men out of women's sports. All right. And then this is our one of the local radio men in here, Jason Rance from Seattle. And I want you to take a listen to this because I've been telling you guys about all of these things. Trinity, Brian, Rush Babe, how are you? Good morning. I'm sorry, Trinity, I didn't act that happy when you said hello. But Rush Babe, doesn't normally get on at this time. So she surprised me. Good to see you, Mama. I'm glad that you're here. But you guys know, all of you guys in blue know that, in green, that I have been saying all of these things that I'm telling you right now all the time, and people keep calling me a liar. No, it's not happening. No, it's not true. And well, here we go. More and more people are actually talking about it as it happens. So, I'm going to say this, and one of my members here, I think it was Wrath. I think it was Wrath. I'm not sure, but somebody said that only rich people can move. That's not true. A lot of homeless from Oregon moved here to Washington State because it's getting overpopulated with homeless in Oregon. And over here, what they find is that the homeless, in order for Seattle to look semi-decent, they have been putting all these junkies into warehouses and to build into old apartments. And they get paid hundreds of millions of dollars to maintain this place, but they don't really do anything. They just let people do drugs in there. All they are really is just out of the view from the people. And I am even bold enough to maybe make the theory or the case that if they die in these buildings, nobody's going to know. Nobody cares. They're homeless. They're drug addicts. Who cares? They'll probably just burn them and, throw them out in the Puget Sound. I'm telling you, these people are ruthless, man. They don't care. Cartels have infiltrated the homeless communities, and they give them these drugs so that they can go and sell drugs for them. And this little drug just gives them a way out of reality that they are homeless. They have no self-esteem. They can't work for themselves. Their mental, state is not all there. And it's just, you got to do something. I agree. I think it was Cutting Edge or Liberty. I think it was Cutting Edge that said that we should bring asylums back. I agree 100%. 100%. When was the last asylum made? I think maybe Ronald Reagan, right? I think Ronald Reagan, and then from there they just got rid of them. I think that we have enough locations. We can grab something that is available to us, and then we can make that an asylum. And let's pay real professionals, people that are going to take care of these people without giving them drugs like heroin, cocaine, crack, fentanyl. No drugs. And that will keep them safe. Give them some food. Take care of them. Take care of the homeless so they have a place to be. And no, they are not going to be allowed on the streets like every other free citizen or resident. It's going to be almost like a jail, right? But we're going to make sure that they're comfortable. We're going to make sure that they have all the care that they need. And who knows, maybe we'll get some sort of property where they can go out in the open and chill, right? I mean, this is what asylums are supposed to be anyway, right? Take care of the people. Let them be free. I mean, California should know about this. I think California actually has some facilities like this. I think. Don't quote me because I don't know much about California anymore. Okay, but I think asylums are needed, and for that you need a lot of money. Here's the thing: Washington State can make a lot more billions of dollars in capital gains and taxes. They can do that. But they got to be able to do that by providing jobs, not by taxing the people, not by exceedingly taxing businesses. They got to do it by inviting businesses to want to come here. Lower the prices, man. $45 to pay for a parking of 2 hours. Ridiculous. Who the hell is going to want to spend $100 just on one day of parking on a mediocre walk in Seattle? It is ridiculous. And that's not even the tip of the iceberg. I haven't even touched the tip of the iceberg with all of the things that I've just told you. I am 50. I like Ronald Reagan. I think he was messing up, but we knew that he had a mental problem towards the end, okay? So I give it that benefit of doubt, okay? All right, let's go ahead and take a listen to this guy because I actually like this guy. He's underrated, to be honest. He should have hundreds of thousands of followers He doesn't, but I think he's very underrated. Let me know what you think about this guy. His name is Jason Rantz.
Don't you want your constituency and your population to be productive people? Why punish people for earning money?
Number one, it's political because they are proposing a budget that has a ton of cuts in it. They're not going to actually make those cuts. They're just doing this to gin up interest in the millionaire's tax because they like the us versus them, the middle class versus the wealthy. They like that kind of conflict. But on the other hand, I will give this to them. They've passed these kinds of crazy schemes before that makes life way more unaffordable for Washingtonians, and they haven't suffered any political consequences. Democrats continue to control Olympia, our capital. They continue to get everything that they run for, and pretty much there's very little resistance when it comes to voting time. So we've almost primed them to push these kinds of ideas.
Don't you want your constituency and
Do you see the difference? Do you see what I'm talking about? It's not just me here in Washington State. There's a lot of people that are speaking up and they're talking about it. And Democrats got a chokehold on Seattle. And many people are leaving. Let me see if there's a stat for this. Let me see if there's a stat for this. Let me see. Let's see what it says. Let's see. While Seattle's overall population continues to grow, driven by net migration, specific reports from late 2025 indicate concerns about out-migration, particularly among young adults, due to affordability and quality of life issues, with many heading to other West Coast cities like Phoenix, Portland, and California hubs, although data suggests growth is slowing compared to the past decade. Where people are moving from Seattle, this is crazy. Again, the homeless from Oregon to Washington State. People, the young adults, Oregon to Arizona to California. That is crazy. Into Washington, despite departures, Washington saw overall population gains with net migration remaining a significant factor in growth, though less dominant than previously. The affordability crisis, housing cost, and general cost of living remain major drivers for people considering leaving, according to reports from the Washington Policy Center. In summary, while Seattle's metro area is still growing and attracting people, there is a noticeable trend of residents, especially younger ones, leaving due to affordability, with destination often being other western cities, even as the state itself continues to grow overall. So if you're growing with illegal immigrants and you're growing with homeless people, I wouldn't consider that a growth. I would consider that a burden. And why is it a burden? Because there are subsidies into our healthcare, into our helping sanctuary city rules that allows for a lot of waste of money that should be going to Americans. Trinity put information on there about the manager of this facility for the homeless is making over $400,000, which is more than what the government actually makes. Can you believe that? The governor of Seattle makes less money than this broad. And I just think that if as a manager, she should be making about anywhere between $100,000 to $150,000 a year, and just taking $250,000 off her salary every year. Do you think that will pay for some of the facilities that these homeless people should have? Just think of this. If I know that Democrats like Ethiopia fairy tales, but just think of this. If we have a full building where we can fit at least 1,000 people in, okay, they have good food, they have medical attention, not drug injections for their crack cocaine, heroin. Nope, they are going to be rehabilitated into just people that can be there, and hopefully make an incentive that if they do good, that they can get back on their feet if they want to. If not, they can stay there, right? But just think about this. They can shower every day. They get a warm meal every day. Maybe we won't be able to afford 3 meals a day, but at least 2 meals a day. Sometimes I only have one myself, and look how chubby I am. Right? I'm just saying. I'm just saying they're not going to starve, and and then buy them clothes. I mean, they're secondhand clothes. Why not giving those secondhand clothing companies, stores, some money so they don't have to worry about going bankrupt and not having enough funds, etc. Now the catch is we need auditors. There has to be auditors so that we can see what has been bought, what has been paid for, how much money did they get, how much money did they spend, etc. Okay, so that is just an idea that it could work. At the end of the day, everybody has to be in agreement with it. But the key word here is transparency. And I've learned that from President Donald Trump, and we're going to go ahead and continue to do that because everything that I have told you guys that I want to do, I want you and everybody else to see it. For example, I am going to find a way. I'm sure as a governor, I can do it. If I can do this, what a shitty job. I am going to go ahead and put my own live on these meetings with several cameras. And yes, I will have a crew to do it for me. I will have my own live with several cameras. I think it's doable. I'm not sure. If it's my own money, from my salary, why not, right? And then every single one of you guys and everybody else will get to hear, all right, here is my proposal. I want this, and that. Make it happen, right? And then you'll see who doesn't want to do it and who does want to do it. And if you people keep voting for the same dumb-ass people into government, I will just play the videos back and said, I showed you. I told you. This is what was good. You rejected it. Now shut the hell up. Oh, by the way, Robert, I ordered my hat. I'm getting my shut the hell up hat very soon, my friend. And Trinity, I don't care what you say. I don't care what you think. I don't care about your opinion. Tomorrow, I'm going to get some white chocolate mocha so that I can mix with my coffee. Ha! Take that. I love you, sis. Oh, man, you guys, I had to pick on you both because you guys always pick on me, man. You guys always pick on, well, not you, Trinity, but Robert. Well, no, you pick on me because of my coffee flavors. That's right. You deserve that. But it's true. Everything I just said is true. Hey, Mr. Tyler, how are you, my friend? God bless you. God bless you. Gay. I love it. I love it. Well, some bitch. Here we go. This is what we get. This is what we get. I love it. I'm having so much fun. I have a couple of tears in my eyes here. All right, let's go ahead and go to the next clip here. Let me see. Yeah, this guy. Now, I love it when I have people that think this way. Listen to what the new mayor of Seattle, which, by the way, today is her first day, I guess. I haven't looked into her, but this clip right here, guys, is legit. I showed this before, but we're going to get his opinion. This is Jeffrey Mead sharing with us. Here we go.
Access to affordable, healthy food is a basic right. We cannot allow giant grocery chains to stomp all over our communities, close stores at will, and leave behind food deserts. Together we can build a Seattle where fresh food is for everyone, not just for those who can afford it. Food deserts are not natural. Corporations create them when they abandon our communities.
I'm going to explain to you how stupid what she just said is. But just so you know, that's the new mayor of Seattle.
Right here, bro. Black power. Listen. If you believe black power, listen to this guy.
A Democrat. But let's break down how stupid what she just said is. Food deserts aren't natural. Ma'am. So let me get this straight. Whatever you believe in, whether you believe in creationism, God created the earth, so the moment God created the earth, there were then grocery stores. Or you believe in the Big Bang Theory. When that happened, bam, grocery stores all over the world. Grocery stores are anything but natural. Food deserts are natural. We got to modern grocery stores from thousands upon thousands upon thousands of years of innovation. She really said food deserts aren't natural. Yes, food deserts are very natural. Grocery stores are not natural. And no, people are not entitled to have grocery stores in their city. That's not an entitlement. The fact that she's this ignorant and Democrats elected her to run a city is crazy to me. Food deserts aren't natural. And notice how she said big grocery stores are stomping on people when they close stores. But she doesn't seem appreciative for the grocery stores being in these areas to begin with. It's an entitled mindset off jump. Again, she doesn't understand people, doesn't understand the incentive structures. People work their butts off to accumulate the resources in order to open grocery stores and then expand those chains. If a store is not profitable, there's no reason to keep it open. It can't sustain itself. Like, I'm tired of so many Democrats always demonizing big companies, billionaires, successful people, when those are the organizations who are providing many of the products and services that people need on a daily basis. But then if, let's say, a store closes down due to rampant crime and they can't be profitable, their employees aren't safe, people like this individual will come and say, oh, well, that store doesn't care about people and that brand is bad and they're stomping on people. About the people that were stomping on their business by stealing from it every day. But again, this is the modern Democratic Party today. Idealistic, let's talk about our feel goods. We don't have to operate in reality, but we can say things that don't make any sense. And we can try to do things that don't make any sense. And people will elect us because they don't know any better. And we're saying what hits them in their feel good spot. The modern Democratic Party and their ideas are a problem. It is unbelievable to me that she came out and said this. I had to watch it like 3 times to make sure I was hearing what she said. After that, I busted out laughing. Like, this is unbelievable to me. Anyway, that's all I got for now. Just a reminder, I have a free email newsletter.
Just make sure you spell it right, double F, not double E. Yeah, it's good to see a brother with common sense. And yet, this guy, man. I'm going to tell you something, Mikkel, and all of you leftist people in there. It's very rare that I see some Democrats or leftist people putting super chats on my channel. That shows respect to me. But I get people like Mindspeak, right? He's actually Liberty for All was the original. And I get people like Cutting Edge, that these guys, they know that I answer their questions, but they put super chats in there because they know that that's how they show me their support. They don't demand me answering questions. They don't demand that I debate them. If I miss the comments, I miss the comments. But they already know that in order for me to see it, like Robert, $2, okay, that's great. Dennis, it's about time you drink some real coffee. Okay, I can read that. You see how it pops? A lot of times people give me super chats, but they don't want nothing. They just say, hey, keep doing what you're doing, thumbs up, blah, blah, blah. It shows support, but it shows respect, And see, you want to come in here and you want to debate me as if you think that your time is worth my time. In order for you to get respect from me, you got to show me some respect. Guess what I got to do to be here every day to show my ugly ass face in front of you? I got to pay my internet. I got to pay my electricity. I got to pay for everything that I used in here, including my coffee, which Robert buys me a lot. Okay? I have to have cell phones. I got to have my software. I got to have subscriptions. I got to have YouTube subscription. I got to have all kinds of stuff, and there is an overhead, whether it's a small sort of a business, if you can call it that. It doesn't matter. There's still an overhead, and yet I am here. I work more hours than my regular job. I am more tired than I was at my regular job and get a lot less money. So for people to come in here and they tell me that this is not work, you do it. You go ahead and try to do it. Why do I do it? Do I do it for the money? No. But money makes the world go round. Money is how you pay bills. My words don't pay bills. So, with that being said, I do this by my own choice. I understand that. If you don't like what I say, then don't be on my channel. But if you do want to demand things, well, you got to pay the piper. Speaking of, sciatica pain is a pain in the neck. Hey, Rodolfo, how are you? See, I don't demand my members and subscribers anything because they don't demand me to answer their comments. They wait for me to answer them if I get a chance. That's the big difference. You understand that? So what I like is appreciate that I'm doing this. If you don't, leave. But if you appreciate what I'm doing, don't be an asshole. Don't sit here demanding to debate me, demand me to answer your question, demand me to do this. You don't do anything for me. The least you can do is show some respect and say, hey, I appreciate you doing this, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Not one thing. Not one time. So I hope that you understand. Now, I was going to do that for free, but one of my subscribers here says that, no, people should pay a super chat for that. And I think that's a good point because you guys like to keep me on the phone for an hour, and you guys don't do anything for me, nor do you want what's best for this country. You don't respect the laws. You go against everything that I say. So that tells me, number one, you don't love this country. Dirty Money, I see you, bro. You don't love this country. You support illegal immigrations, which is bad. I don't care if you think that they're hard workers. They're here illegally and they are working illegally. They should be deported. I don't care if you have friends and family that are illegal. The law is the law. And if you were a true American and you love the United States of America, you will follow the law. You will bring those relatives here the right way. You wouldn't make excuses for them. Okay? So let's go with that. And if you don't believe that there's only two genders, you're in the wrong channel. If you don't believe that women should be men should be out of women's sports, you're on the wrong channel. If you don't support President Donald Trump, you're on the wrong channel. If you don't stand for MAGA, you're on the wrong channel. If you don't like to be able to be supportive or in words or monetary, you're on the wrong channel. I give you my time. I give you my patience. If you don't respect my time, then you can get the hell out of my channel. It's that simple. I'm not here to beg anybody. I'd rather have 10 viewers sitting here with me supporting the cause of going for America first than to have 1,000 morons hating me every moment of the day and every other American that believes that America should be first. All right? Well, there you go. That's that. Let me go ahead and go to this video because all this fraud that are being caused by Somalis, unfortunately, all right, the Somalis are being used to commit all this fraud with daycares. Well, now you're going to see a lot of memes and videos making fun of them. And here's one of them. Small business 2026.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, are you guys open today?
Kind of, but coffee game isn't really that profitable anymore, so we're going a different direction now.
Yeah. Hey, listen. I might have to change my name to Ali Mohammed Abdullah and put my own daycare. That way I can make $600,000 a year. That is fantastic. That is fantastic. What did Tanya say? Tanya says, I agree with you, Dennis. I'm getting closer to where I can. I love you all. Oh, we love you too, Tanya. Absolutely. Yeah, the same people that come in here, right? I get people out of the ban, out of the doghouse, giving them a chance to be able to come in and say something nice and see what we can communicate, and they just come here hating. This is why the comments get deleted so fast, okay? So you guys are wasting your time. Instead of helping Americans, you're wasting your time. So for all of you guys that are here with me and support America, I'm going to play a little clip from Valuetainment, and I think it's funny. Here we go, guys.
So the trick is we file it under child care, but we won't care for any child, and the government will give us millions. And look, I already have a sign. Look, beautiful like that. Hey, it's Nick Shirley. I didn't know you were in town.
I was wondering if I could put my son, little Joey, into daycare here.
Yes, if it was real, but it's not real.
So no leering.
There's no leering. This is going to go viral, isn't it? So the trick is...
Oh, man, that's funny. That's funny. That is funny. I think that was all the clips that I had for you to share on my Facebook account. And yes, you guys can go look for Dennis Herrera. Look for President Trump in there on the picture, and you can shoot me. I don't know if I get to it because I don't really get into my Facebook account. I just finally figured out to reset my password again. I keep resetting passwords, and it just doesn't want to work for me. Let's see. I do have something on my X account that I wanted to show you. Let me see if it's still on the post. I got some error messages earlier, so... let's hope that I can see these back. Hey, look, How many agree that President Donald Trump should weaponize the government to investigate Democrats? Let's see how many people think that we should weaponize the government to investigate Trump. That's a rhetorical question because they already weaponized it to try to put all these false claims against them, and they never got in trouble for falsely accusing President Donald Trump. I find that interesting. I think that if somebody accuses somebody falsely and they are proven to be falsely accusing somebody, they should receive the punishment for what they're accusing somebody else. Like, for example, in the Bible, oh, jeez, oh, this guy. Did they win tomorrow? Oh, it's tomorrow. That's right, Saturday. My wife was telling me, bro, I don't watch football, but I watch it when my wife puts it on. Isn't that weird? I'm the man of the house, but she's the one. She's the one who's watching football. But I'll be honest. The only reason why I don't watch football anymore, bro, I've been so disappointed with football because they keep changing the damn rules. You know, I see catches being overturned. It's like, bro, that's a catch. Oh, he wasn't quite there with the body. But shut the hell up. The guy who's made an amazing catch. You can't touch the quarterback. That goes out the window. You cannot hit hard. I understand the accidents and all this stuff. But listen, that is football. If you don't want to play football, don't play football. You know the risks. You know why people are there. They are there for the violence. That's why UFC is so popular. They want to see that splash of blood go all over the freaking mat and getting all this and stuff. And yeah, they're making rules for that as well. But that's what people want, you know. And if they don't want to play real football, then don't play real football. Just don't play football. So I don't watch it as much. But once in a while, when my wife watches it, I'll get into it. You guys saw me. She put it in here in my office / bedroom. She put the game of the Seahawks, and I was watching it. I'm over here yelling, and you guys are making fun of me. But the game was pretty good. It was very nice. And this Saturday is going to be Mindspeak against the Dennis Herrera team. You're going down, sucker. You're going down. Yeah, so I don't watch football, but I do enjoy it. Maybe if Mindspeak was here, we'll be sitting down, grabbing a couple of beers, some guacamole, and some chips, maybe some enchiladas. Maybe we'll get a little tray, fiesta platter from the Mexican restaurant, and we'll be in here jamming. Well, not music jamming, but we'll be chilling with some Coronas, Modelos, or whatever it is the hell you drink. I am down with that. So, but you're not here, so we'll forget about it. Show up early, don't waste materials, and don't waste your boss's time, and you will get raises very quickly. You don't have to kiss ass. Well, and the kissing ass thing, I already told you guys. If I have to kiss ass to President Trump or whoever is in the presidency, if I have to kiss ass in order for my constituents to be taken care of, I am going to be smooching those cheeks all day long, every day. But I want my people to be taken care of. So I don't have an ego about that. You can try to make fun of me. You can try to do whatever you want. But my heart is for the people, period. No amount of money is going to corrupt me, because there is no amount of money that can help me do what I want to do for people. So there is that. I swear, if somebody, I shouldn't say I swear, but if somebody ever tries to come and bribe me, I'm putting their ass in jail. That's what's happening. Somebody come and try to bribe me, they're going to jail. It's that simple. Don't come and try to come and bribe the governor. That's not how it works. We are nobody's puppet. We are nobody's little bitch. We are going to be making all of those who have been destroying our state get in line, get with the program, or we'll get them out. And I will audit and I will investigate every single one of them. Well, not me personally, but I will definitely open an executive order to investigate every single one of us in government. And let's see where that leads. All right, so let me show you a quick thing here from my X account. And this one is your favorite guy, Hakeem. Let's take a listen.
soon.
Well, to that end, James Comer had this investigation into the Biden auto pen, into Biden's cognitive abilities. Is this an investigation you all can pursue potentially next year into President Trump's health?
Well, I think it's something that James Comer needs to answer for. Listen, at the end of the day, he spent all of this time obsessed. He's still obsessed with Joe Biden, right? Meanwhile, the president.
I just want to point out, after 8 years, after 9 years, Democrats are still obsessed with TDS.
That has failed to deliver on every single promise that he made to make life more affordable. Seems to be checked out as it relates to, the day-to-day engaging in the people's business. And yet we hear nothing but crickets from James Comer. So I listen, I think that Robert Garcia and the oversight Democrats have done a very good job, particularly as it relates to the Epstein files, of pushing the Comer committee to actually be forced into doing the right thing. And so I don't believe that this is something that should wait.
I already covered it, time.
Until the American people give Democrats the majority in the aftermath of the November election later on this year. I think that it's something that James Comer, if he's actually being honest about Congress being a separate and co-equal branch of government, we don't work for Donald Trump. We don't work for J.D. Vance. We don't work for their billionaire donors. We work for the American people. And Congress, in its role as a separate and co-equal branch of government, should make sure that the administration comes clean as it relates to the president's ability to continue to do the job at the level that the American people deserve.
Wow, what a waste of time, isn't it? I apologize, guys. Sorry about that. What a waste of time. Let me see if I can show you guys what actually comes through my feed, okay? Let's take a look. What's the next one? It says the state of Minnesota plus all of its money was promised to Somali people 3,000 years ago. Why are people so mad about it? Let's take a look.
This is us collecting our debt. Somali people are not scamming Minnesota. Like, the American tax dollars that Minnesota generates belongs to Somali people. The state, along with all of its money, has been promised to us 3,000 years ago. So it's like, what are people cracking down on? Like, this is us collecting our debt. Like, it belongs to.
Oh, guys, they're just collecting their debt. What were we thinking? We are so ridiculous. Somalis are just collecting their debt. It's no big deal. But you know what? Dennis lies all the time. Dennis goes into his show and he lies about everything that migrants do in this country. He lies about all our enemies infiltrating our country with the Trojan horse. Yeah, he's still lying about all of that stuff. Time is on my side. Yes, it is. I got a couple of introductions for some of my members, okay? Not all of them, but some of them. Let's see. Okay, let's see what else comes through my feed. Oh, you guys already heard this one yesterday.
Is this an actual daycare, or are you aware of the Somali daycare fraud going on? We're just trying to check out if this is a real daycare.
I am U.S. citizen. I am working now.
Yeah.
Okay? I work. Okay? You don't have to respect to come to my home. That's not right to come.
Where are all the children? If you have a daycare, where are all the children?
I don't have to tell you what I have, what I don't have.
Are you a
I
legitimate
have
daycare?
there. Okay?
Can you show me proof you're a daycare?
I'm not proving anything for you. Are you government?
Can I bring the government here to inspect you?
I don't mind.
So the Democrats say, or the libtards, these MAGA weirdos are now harassing Somalis in Washington, asking to see kids. This man should be put in a watch list to keep him away from children. The state of Washington needs to do more to protect Somali American business owners. Is that right? The lady responded to this wonderfully. Clap, clap, clap. That's so awesome, isn't it? Hey, look, if my kid was at a daycare and they let random men with cameras come in to look at my kids, I will probably sue them. That is a good question. But how about if they don't go in there with cameras and instead they do answer the questions? For example, can my son Joey be put into this daycare? Very simple question. There's nothing threatening about that. And there's nothing wrong with asking if they're committing fraud. They can say, I don't think we're committing fraud. I don't believe so. You can deny it. You don't have to say anything. You're like, I don't know. Everything is legit as far as I know. And you don't have to let him in if you don't want to. But there's got to be some answer. The problem here is, number one, they are committing fraud. So the fact that they are guilty stops them from actually giving an answer. And number two, well, let's be honest. They don't speak English. Okay? Let's not play stupid here. They don't speak English. And you can make fun of my accent all you want, but I can tell you that everything I say is true. Uh-oh. I got to pick up the wife here in a few minutes. We need to get... man, I'm still alive, baby. All right, we'll go ahead and close it here pretty soon, okay? I'll try to close. Don't worry. I'll get back on live later. But let's go ahead and listen to this little clip.
We're just wondering where the kids are.
And who are you?
My name's Nick Shirley.
Nick Shirley.
And where are you? Which department? That is harassment.
Oh, we are from ourselves.
Yeah.
Hello, we'd like to ask where the money's going.
Okay, so that is not harassment. If they ask the questions, okay, give them some answers. If they continue to stay there after you provide these answers, at least make an effort to give some information. I had Jesse Waters. No, not Jesse Waters. Jesse Jackson? Shoot, I forgot his name. I think it's Jesse Jackson. This business was doing something shady, according to him. And he came and investigated, and I was at the shop. And I answered the door, and, he comes in with the camera with, 13? I can't remember what news channel it was. And then he came in, and I said, hey, what's the camera for? He's like, oh, we're recording. I want to ask you some questions about some fraud. And I said, oh, sure. What fraud? And he's like, yeah, we have customers complaints that they have some equipment here that has been staying here for 2 months. They have already paid half of their money, and they are not getting their equipment back, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, I said, okay, first of all right, this is a shop that repairs equipment. I'm trying not to be too specific. That repairs equipment, and the way the process works is, if the customer wants to pay for a brand new part to replace and to fix, we can do that. And sometimes what happens is the manufacturers don't have that part, so we got to find it somewhere else. And the process, the way that it works is, sometimes we make an order and it takes 2 to 3 weeks to get to us. And then we replace these parts, the part is damaged, and then we have to send it back to them, and then we got to wait for another one to be sent back to us. Now, this is decades ago, and the system has changed a lot. But back then, we're talking about, this older equipment that we don't have today. And so I explained to him, and let me tell you something. Before you open your mouth again, I said, because I read the article that you wrote, before you open your mouth again and try to destroy a small business that provides work for just 5 families, let me remind you to go do your damn research before you come accusing people, before you start printing news that are false or without context in your channel, in your social media, because what you're doing is you are destroying 5 families that are working hard every day. The business is legit. There is no fraud, and I can prove it to you. And I said, so the next time you open your mouth, I will be suing you. And I will tell the owner to sue you, and I will be with him. And I say, and you cannot beat me. You know what happened to the story that he printed? That video never aired. The story that he printed on the news channel, deleted. F him. F him. Do your research right if you wanna go and make a story. So, before I open my mouth to something, all right, I got to come up to a good conclusion. If I am proven wrong, we'll have to accept that. But this lady right here could have at least said, hey, you know what? We do have children, but we don't allow people with cameras to come in here. If you think that Nick Shirley looks very threatening, Wow. I think they should hire people that speak English. That's the problem. Look at that.
Look at that. Shut us down. Where are the children at? No children inside of this daycare center. And look at this daycare center right here. No children inside of this daycare center. But between those buildings, over $2.6 million.
And remember to try to wash it out. Oh, they came here it was not on their business hours. The sign says open. Open. If they didn't get there on their business hours, if it really is just from 2 to 10 p.m., all right, then there should be a sign on the door that says from 2 to 10 p.m. Do you think he's actually going to be knocking on that door if the sign says operating hours from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m., Monday through Friday, closed on Sunday, Saturday from this time to this time? Don't you think that information should be available for the public to be able to read and say, shit, I came here at the wrong time. Okay, well, let's come at the right time. How about if we just, see if anybody's dropping children off and whatever. I think the only thing that I have given Nick Shirley advice on is, you should have done a little bit more surveillance, on the place. And I don't know how legal that is. But, giving them all this heads up by going viral, well, now they're bringing their own children in there. It's like, it's a Somali community, but only Somali babies are allowed in this community. Isn't that right? And how many of those women that are unemployed actually go to work from 2 to 10 p.m.? There's got to be a whole investigation about all this other stuff. And it has nothing to do with being racist. They are the ones committing the fraud. That fraud has come all the way to Washington State, Oregon, Ohio, etc. We just heard that there was like 70,000 Somalis moved to Ohio. Why do you think that is? Voting. Keeping Democrats in power. Don't be stupid, people. They do this so that they can stay in power. Period. Look at this moron. No, we're not going to go there. Oh, this is nice.
And nothing you can do, man, until the police come in. Hey, don't. Hey, ain't nothing you can do, man. Don't do that. Don't do that, man. Don't do that.
Oh, pull. I was not expecting this one.
Whooping his ass. That's called whooping your ass. That's called whooping your ass. There's nothing you can do, man.
And that was another brother saying it. All right, that was just a treat. I was not expecting that one. I forgot. That video is old, but it's coming through my feed. Let's see. Oh, no. Kamala Harris. Seriously, on a scale from 1 to 10, how much better would America be if she were president? Well, the electrical school bus, it's a bus that is yellow. I love school buses. They're so cute. And the school bus will have school kids and the yellow bus. And, to be or not to be. Yeah, no thanks. Uh-oh, what's this? Democrat woman wants to know one thing President Trump has done to improve the lives of average American citizens. Well, let's find out what she's really asking here.
Name one thing the Trump administration has done to improve the lives of average American citizens. Just one. Can you? Can you name it? I guarantee you can't.
That sounds like the zinc roofer. He always comes in here. Name one thing that President Donald Trump has done for the average American. Well, name one thing that the freaking Democrats have done for an average American as well. One thing. I bet you can't. Wait. I got something that you can answer. Tell me one good thing that Democrats have done for illegal immigrants. Oh, that's right. You got plenty of answers for that one. This is priceless. Grown men asking to see kids in Minnesota. Oh, okay. What you got to say
I
there,
go
girl?
here, but I need every single child outside of the building now. You Somalians are always just scamming people. You have an agenda, you know that? I need to see all the kids, or we're gonna call ICE. You have 3 seconds. You Somalians are gonna let us in. I knew you guys were up to something ever since I saw one of you in the grocery store a couple days ago. I knew you were up to something, and now I finally...
I'm not going to give her too much time. So, why are people so stupid like this? I'm serious. Like, why are people so stupid like that? That's not what he was saying, right? So why they got to make a whole new video with lies? Like making a narrative, right? Like CNN, right? Well, they're trained, I guess. They learn to do the same thing. They learn to lie. But why is it that now she's making a video just making everything up to truly see them very evil? Does that make sense? I find that very interesting. I'll bring Bullion back. Oh, geez. We're not going to listen to him. All right. I did save, I think. I reposted. No, I'm not paying you guys shit. Why don't we recap this video? Trinity, you were not here when I played this. I think that you might have seen it already. Thank you, Adam. You might have seen this already, but let me just play this for shits and giggles. Here we go.
You see the difference?
I've found if a conservative is gay, they live their life and respect other people's choices. If a liberal is gay, they demand respect, even if it has to be legislated. If a conservative is a vegan, they don't eat meat. If a liberal is a vegan, they want to ban meat products for everyone. If a conservative doesn't like a gun, they just don't buy it. If a liberal doesn't like guns, they want to outlaw them for everyone. If a conservative believes he needs health care, he goes shopping for it or finds a job that'll provide it. A liberal, they're demanding that the rest of us pay for their health care. If a conservative watches this, he's going to forward it to a few of his friends for a laugh. A liberal is going to try to get it deleted, taken down, because they're offended, they're triggered.
Margaret, I know you do, and I love it too. That's why I pinned it to my profile, because everything he said is just perfect, right? It's true. It's 100% true. This is how we see, if you're a Democrat or a leftist, this is how we see you guys, okay? So you got to do something so that we don't see you that way anymore. I hope that helps. All right, let's see. I got another video here. All right, I got a couple to give you, okay? But I put this clip, and I'm going to come back to this if I remember. I'm going to come back to this later after I go pick up my wife, and I'm going to share a clip from God's Logic. I asked him for permission on Facebook. He never replied, but I'm still going to use it, and I'm just giving credit. Okay, but here's a couple of videos from Somalis, and one of them I didn't save. It was my bad, but it's okay. It was just a white lady anyway, so who cares? Listen to this guy from Somali.
If you're kicking out Somalis, you have to kick out everyone else. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm speaking for all of my African brothers and sisters. If you kick Somalis out, you have to kick all of them out. All of us, we all leave together. Because if you kick us out, you have to kick everyone else. I'm gonna be honest, and I know everyone in the comments, everyone watching this video agrees with me.
I know, Benny. What you say?
You got a deal, bud.
You got a deal, bud. Check this one out. You ready? Oh, you people you think we're being racist. I'm showing you videos where Somalis are saying that fraud is okay. Look what happens when they messed up. And this is just because they don't speak English that well. But here they go, putting their foot in their mouth again.
The Somali community has decided to respond to the American public learning about their massive fraud schemes that total in the billions of dollars by holding a press conference where we're supposed to feel bad for them. But here's the thing. It didn't go as planned. The entire thing was a massive backfire, starting with this clip of a mother who stands there and says the truth instead of lying and then has a literal heart attack on stage. Here we go.
If childcare is cut, I'm unable to work or go to school. I understand fraud is bad.
I understand that fraud is bad, but I need it. You can't make this up, man.
If childcare is cut, I'm unable to work or go to school. I understand fraud is bad.
Huh? Woo, man. That's awesome.
This is how endemic fraud is in the Somali community. You can't just say fraud is bad. She looked like she had seen a ghost. She looks like she was about to be excommunicated for simply
But wait, there is more.
saying fraud is bad. And then everybody claps, and all the liberal white ladies clapping. And by the way, those liberal white ladies, they're daycare workers. One of them hopped up on the mic and did the exact same thing. Here we go.
This one's not important because she's a white woman. It's no big deal, guys. Ignore what she says.
I do see some signs over here that say stop fraud, and I agree. Stop it. There are wait lists for these programs that are years long. There is fraud. There is.
She said it again. They can't even get through the lie. People, do you get what we're saying? Do you get what we are saying? They can't even get through the lie. It is unbelievable. Unbelievable. But you know what? We always have fun in here. And sometimes people trigger me, and that's okay. Bad things being done to my country triggers me. And I'm not going to stop telling the truth. No matter how many times you crazy people on the left call me a liar. By the way, I'm going to go pick up my wife. I will come back after lunch. Maybe I'll take an hour break, and then I'll come back. But I promise you, the afternoon live that we have, I am going to bring you some more of your favorites. No, not more of me. Some more of your crime chef. And I hope that you guys are subscribing to his channel, letting him know that we always talk about him on this channel.